In the last session, we have uncovered path setting, Java editions, Java versions, important core Java applications, components of Java like JDK, JRE, JVM. Let's begin session 105. In this session, we will uncover keywords in Java, identifiers, comments, and naming conventions. Keywords are the words which are already defined in Java library are called predefined words or reserved words or otherwise also called as keywords. In Java, we have total 53 keywords. There are some unused keywords like go to and constant. These are used internally. And there are reserved literals like true, false, null. Except these 5 keywords, all remaining are pure keywords in Java. Class is a keyword, static is a keyword, public is a keyword, void is a keyword. So class, public, static, void, and say int, byte, short, long, char, boolean, float, double, etc. All these are keywords. All these keywords are written in lowercase letters. All the keywords in Java are written in lowercase letters. And remember, Java is a case sensitive programming language. We will explore these keywords as we progress. Let's look at identifiers. What is the major difference between keywords and identifiers. So keywords are system generated and identifiers are developer or maybe say user generated. That's the major difference between identifiers and keywords. Identifiers are used for identification purpose. It can be variable name. It can be a method name. It can be a class name. It can be an enumeration name. It can be an interface name. It can be a package name. So for identifiers, there are some set of rules we have to follow. For example, let's begin with rule number 1. Rule number 1 is the only allowed characters are lowercase letters A to Z, uppercase A to Z. Then you can use underscore and you can use $sign and you can use numbers 0 to 9. You cannot use any other symbols apart from this. Rule number 2, it should not start with a digit. For example, ABC 103. This is valid. Underscore ABC. This is also valid. Let's say $ABC. This is also valid. Let's say uppercase ABC. This is also valid. But let's say 8ABC. This is invalid. It cannot start with a digit. Also remember, dollar is used to represent inner classes. We will see what are those as we progress, but remember it's used in naming the inner classes. Now next rule, rule number 3 is it cannot be a keyword. Cannot be a keyword name. So you cannot use keywords and names or identifiers. Rule number 4, remember Java is case sensitive programming language. Hence, identifiers are also case sensitive. For example, John or John or John or John. These are all treated completely as different. Now, rule number 5. Faces are not allowed in the middle. Like, for example, student, mother, name. This is invalid. Not have spaces in between. So what we can do, we can just use maybe underscores. Student underscore, mother underscore, name. This is valid. If you don't want to use underscore, you can use something called camel case. Like the first letter is lower, first letter in the first word is lower, and all the other words, the first letter will be uppercase, like student. This is something called camel case, and this is actually lower camel case. We will see what that means as we progress. Then rule number 6 is if we want, we can take predefined class names as identifiers. What does that mean? For example, system is predefined class name, and Spring is predefined but can be used as name of the identifiers. So int string is equal to 10. I can definitely use it. This is definitely valid. And Boolean uppercase system is equal to false. This is also allowed. I can use it. It's valid. So these are basic thumb rules. We covered. Now let's move on to comments in Java. Comments, what are comments? Comment is a description, maybe about some code or code snippet. It improves readability. of the program. And comments are automatically ignored while the program is executed. There are three types of comments in Java. Number one, single line comments. Number two, multi-line comments. Number three, multi-page or documentation comments. Well, let's see how single line comments looks like. For example, you have these are lines of code that support in any program. So, for example, I need to have a single line comment. Let's say this is a single line comment in the code, the program. You have to begin with two forward slashes. And whatever you write right after two forward slashes, that's treated as a single line comment, and the compiler ignores these lines when program is executed. So now let's see multi-line comments. For multi-line comments, say for example, we have some program with so many lines, and I want to ignore maybe line 200 to line 01, 202, 203, 04. I want to ignore all these lines. So how do I ignore them? You have to start with a forward slash, then a star, and then you have to end with a star and a forward slash. So whatever is in between these two will be ignored by the compiler when the program is executed. This is how you will declare the multi-line comments. Now let's look at the third type of comments, multi-page or documentation comments. These exactly start with the same thing, except that you will have star on each line. So these are multi-page comments. So these can extend into multiple pages. So that's all about comments. We will see as we progress. If you just want to see one example, I'll write one single line comment here. This is a single line comment. and you can see the color it's changed and it will be ignored by the compiler, and only the other lines of code is executed during the compilation. Now let's look at Java naming conventions. We have definitely certain rules. Rule number one is variable names. For variable names, starts with lowercase letters, and if contains more than one word, every word will or should start with uppercase character or letter. Examples, say for example, int ABC is equal to 10. Double student attendance percentage is equal to 90.56. And some people might just simply say percentage as just PER 90.46. This is okay, but not recommended. Worldwide, Java developers will prefer this kind of names for the variables, which clearly says what this variable is about. Student attendance percentage. This PER might be allowed, but it's not recommended because it doesn't make any sense or doesn't signify or doesn't say anything about that particular variable. You have to be really creative about the names of the variables, or for that matter, anything should be readable, and that's how it's preferred. Rule number two about method names. Method name starts with lowercase letter, and if it contains more than one word, every word starting character should be uppercase. Example, void main or void parse int, etc. Let's move on. Rule number three. Class names for interface names. starts with an uppercase letter and next word starts with uppercase letter as well. And so on and so forth. For example, demo, test, or maybe student, then demo, or maybe array, index, out of bounds, exception. Every word has an uppercase letter, etc. And rule number 4, constants. All constant names must be in uppercase letters. For example, min underscore value or max underscore value. Rule 5, package names. For package names, all package names must be in lowercase letters only. For example, Java package, is a package, lang is a package, etc. I'll stop here. This is an Java session 105. See you in the next.